Hey, welcome back to Run and Gun, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and initial impression review of the Fotodiox DLX lens mount adapter. Now this one in particular is the Nikon G2 Micro Four Thirds, so it'll fit your F-Mount Nikon lenses onto your Micro Four Thirds cameras. For example, my new GH5 that I just got. So let's open it up. Open it up, there we go, there's some nice padding in there. Make sure it gets here safe, and this is nice and clean in a little bag. And there is the adapter. There's no glass in this one, so there's not going to be any distortion or loss of light as far as I'm aware. Alright, so my initial thoughts right out of the box. This is, it's pretty heavy. It's not one of those little piece of aluminum adapters, one of the cheap ones you pick up on eBay for like $5. This is pretty heavy. This feels durable. It feels like I could drop this as many times as I want. I'm not going to do that on purpose, but it feels durable. That's big. I want my products to be durable, obviously. I imagine you guys do too. So I got this off Amazon. It was $79.95, I believe, so about $80. And I feel that the build quality is well worth it. So let's see what it can do. I have a Nikon E-Series. This is an F-Mount lens. 50mm 1.4. Fits on there nice and snug. There's no wiggle. It clicks in here. There's this little orange tab for when you want to actually take your lens off. But it fits on there snugly. I love that. Now, an awesome feature that I found out, you can take your f-stop ring and close it all the way down, and you'll see there it's still open. That's because I have full control over my f-stop and my aperture with this red ring right here. This is awesome. I can open and close my aperture smoothly. There's no clicks in there. It's essentially like having a declicked lens, declicked cinema lens, and I can smoothly open and close my aperture. Some of you may or may not need that feature, but what this is really good for is when you have another Nikon lens that does not have an aperture ring on it. So some of the newer Nikon autofocus, auto aperture lenses where the aperture is controlled by the camera, you don't have control over the aperture if you use that on an old film camera or say a Micro Four Thirds, unless you go and buy a speed booster Metabones adapter, which this is kind of an alternative to. But you have to buy one of those more expensive adapters that has the connections to be able to control your f-stop. Now, I personally have no need for that. I think it's just a little bit extra, and I really don't need that. So in comparison, you have a Metabones speed booster, which is going to run you $300-400, or you have this nice Fotodiox adapter, which still lets you control your aperture for about $80. I bought it for $80 off Amazon. Check down the description. I'll give you guys a link to it. What else? On the bottom here, it has your 1/4-20 adapter. So when you fit your camera body on this, you can mount this straight to your tripod, so you don't have, let's say I put a 200mm lens on the end of it. All that weight is not going to be on these tiny little Micro Four Thirds bayonet mounts. So that's really awesome. Smart thinking, Fotodiox. Awesome. So overall, this is just going to be a quick, my initial impressions, but I would definitely recommend this right out of the box, literally. I'm going to use this for probably a couple months, try some of my other lenses on it, and I'll give you guys another review of what I think about it in a couple months. But definitely pick this up. This saves you almost $400 if you're thinking about either this or a Metabones speed booster adapter. Like I said, there's no glass in here, so there's not going to be any distortion or light loss. And remember, a 50mm is going to be roughly 100mm on a Micro Four Thirds if you're using a full frame lens on a non-full frame camera. Micro Four Thirds, you can just multiply it times 2. So this would essentially be a 100mm lens on my GH5. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this review helped you. Remember, check down the description for a link to pick up one of these for yourself if you want to give it a try. Well worth it. I recommend it. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And I will see you guys next week. Get out and go shoot.